it says it on the title screen. It says the Stanley Parable 2 now. And I hope you're having a lovely morning, day, or night.
All of this could.
I don't think, actually.
This is the story of a man named.
I'll lower that down to 18.
Gone. What could it mean?
Still
Stanley decided to go to
slowly attempting to figure out the audio settings for this game. It can vary pretty wildly as the narrator likes to get a little out of control and loud. Where?
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest.
Right.
Entered the door on his left.
I almost forgot that there is actually. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Warehouse access plan. Produce one plank to allow ease of access past fence. Construct bridge to allow collection of shiny oh. So there's one in the warehouse. Oh, retrieve Chris's remains from the warehouse floor. Construct a new, structurally sound bridge. Oh, I love that. Something to do with stairs. We're not going back in there.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Got it.
Another miniature Stanley figurine. This, you know, there really must be a snappier name for these things. What about mini stands?
Mini stands.
Or what about Stanlerines?
Not
Yes,
Stanlerines.
I think I like that.
Definitely
Another
not that.
Stanlerine under your belt.
Ooh, that is not a great name. Okay, now that we have that one, we're actually gonna go up to the boss's office. What was the code?
Stepping into his manager's
Was
office,
it
Stanley was once again
2845?
startled to discover not an indication of any human life. But Stanley guessed the correct code by
I always forget, and I always luckily
was the bucket guiding him.
manage to remember
This is
it.
certainly the most logical explanation.
Boop. Down we go. Oh, I always forget there's a loading screen here too.
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty,
Why is that light so
the
pixelated?
bucket is here for you, Stanley.
I hope that comes across in the actual video. That light is like 64 by 64. Okay. So this time, I believe for the first time ever, we are going to take the red escape route.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley and the bucket would both meet a violent death.
Uh-oh.
The door behind them was not shut.
I still have
Stanley and
time.
the bucket still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
Could absolutely turn
At this
around.
point, Stanley and the bucket were knowingly walking forward into a very painful death for each of them.
Uh-oh. 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 In we go. Oh, uh-oh. Fell into a loading screen. Bucket, still here. Oh, uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley and the bucket inched closer to their demise, Stanley reflected on how meaningless the bucket's warmth and comfort had turned out to be. To be sure, it puts the mind and the soul at ease to embrace the bucket.
Can I drop the bucket? I don't want the bucket to die with me.
When you're about to be crushed to death.
Can I throw the bucket?
This is what Stanley thought to himself, and he sort of kicked himself for wasting so much time carrying a bucket everywhere. Farewell, Stanley.
Farewell.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley and the bucket were led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, the bucket's life came to an end, as it was
No, not the bucket. Well, okay. I'll take it. There should be a 2 at the end of that.
It was a shame, the death of such a magnificent bucket. It's true that all buckets are radiant in their own way, but this one stood above the rest. It was a glorious bucket to
Oh my
behold.
god, this hurts my eyes. The bucket welcomes you to the grand exhibit. You are standing at the precipice of knowledge, much like a bucket itself. The human mind is frequently empty within, a cavernous void, but through use of the exhibit in front of you, the mind becomes full and enriched and substantiated. Knowledge of the bucket and its history is only true knowledge. Knowledge of the bucket and its history is the only true knowledge we really have. Will you take what you learn here out with you into the world? Will you accept with an open mind what may be challenging about the information in this exhibit? Will you change the lives of yourself and your loved ones as a result of this exhibit? Or will you turn a blind eye and continue to live as you were, in ignorance and darkness? Good Lord. What is this game? You okay? Okay. In we go. It is. Oh, that's dark.
Can you see how arrogant it was for Stanley to take a bucket like this and to claim it for his own?
Damn,
Can
dude.
you see the hubris that blinded him? Can you see that the bucket is far more noble than Stanley will ever be in his
Where'd my
short
bucket go? Is that my bucket? Poor bucket. A bucket with 2 handles. This bucket is depicted as having 2 handles. Such a design has never been created in real life, having been deemed too dangerous and recklessly experimental. Every year, dozens are put to death just for attempting it. I never knew buckets were so dangerous. 25, that's a little more than 25 buckets. Inferno Bucket, a replica of the Inferno Bucket, which, in the medieval era, was so powerfully alluring that it drove dozens of nations to war with one another for control over it. Billions died, and yet, in spite of it all, the simple fact remains no one can control a bucket. What is this game? Stress Bucket. Why are there so many office chairs just standing around? Okay.
No man can own a bucket, and certainly not a bucket as dazzling to behold as this one. It is man who should kneel before the bucket.
There's so many lights. The hanging bucket. This piece symbolizes the necessary relationship between bucket and humanity. However clear our grasp of the bucket may be, there is yet more that is always out of reach. This distance, inevitably, is for our own good. Here we go.
But there is something we can do. Something we can do together, you and I, that will right this terrible wrong. Let Stanley die. Let him be crushed by the machine.
Dude.
Don't reset the game. Don't give him another opportunity to run off with another beautiful bucket. We can save the world's buckets from their treatment as tools and implements if only we let Stanley die together. The
I
bucket
just want to
takes
get rid of
place
the
as
bucket.
As leader, as commander of a new world, a new vision for...
Was that it? Okay.
All of his co-workers were
Is
gone.
the bucket
What did it
still
mean?
there?
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply warmth spread through Stanley's arms. With the bucket in his arms again, he was home. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest
Okay.
and entered. This was not the correct
Gonna
way to
go
the meeting room.
this
Stanley
way.
had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that
And
the
then
employee lounge was simply
gonna
the place
go
to be. And here it
through
was.
here.
Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No, never mind.
The warehouse, right? There was a
Stanley
thingy
took the
at
door
the
in his left
warehouse.
to go back to the meeting room.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go
where?
there. Go to the cargo lift.
Where is the collector? Oh no, was that a joke? Can you actually? I did not know that this was a parkour game now. Oh. Absolutely horrifying. Please don't break. I'm gonna get it.
Okay, I'm going back to the name of these little Stanley figurines, and now I'm torn between Stanlerines and Figlets.
How about neither?
What name better encapsulates the intrinsic sense of happiness that you get from seeing a small number in the corner of your screen go up by one?
I would rather just call
I'm
them
sure it's all come to
Stanleys.
me.
Okay. Hello there. A secret that I have never seen before. Where do you go? A loading screen. Okay, I've actually never seen this before. I'm not even sure if this is new content or old content. Narrator.
Okay, this is day number 295. Tape number... I don't even know. I've lost track. Nothing feels real anymore. The longer I study this bucket, the less sense anything makes. The sheer euphoria I feel every time I pick it up. No matter how many times I've done it, it's always the same feeling. And the emptiness in my chest when I set it down. It doesn't make sense. There's no explanation for it. I still haven't figured out why I see the world so differently when this bucket is in my arms. Why everything feels so... What do I do with this treasure? I can
monetize it. Yes. It's unthinkable the amounts of money people will pay for even just an hour with the bucket. This is my golden ticket. But I have to be careful, because as soon as this gets out, there's going to be a target on my back. Even now, I don't know who might be trying to get... What's that? Who's there?
So that was definitely new content.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
In the
Stanley
heck
decided to go to the meeting room.
is this
Stanley picked
dumb
up the
bucket?
and smiled. He'd never be alone again, not truly alone. Not with the bucket around. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chin. This was not the correct way to the meeting room. But Stanley had felt the
There's
bucket calling
one
to him,
more
telling
thing
him that the
that
employee
I want to
lounge was
try.
simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong.
The bucket was indeed wrong.
Stanley took the door on his left to go back.
We're gonna
So
go
the
this
two of them
way,
detoured
and
to the
we're
written
gonna
section
go
and walked straight ahead to the opposite door. Oh, good Stanley. I'm glad you found your way here. I knew you'd find this place eventually. You see, your friends and I are concerned for you, Stanley. We've come together here because we care about you very much. It's this bucket you're carrying around everywhere. The bucket isn't even from the original Stanley Parable. It's just sequel content. We're the ones that matter, Stanley. Classic characters from the first game, like the Adventure Line and the Broom Closet. Because that's what fans want from a sequel. They want more of their favorite jokes, not this bucket that they've never seen before. Yes, I know I'm the one who gave you the bucket, but you're spending too much time with it. Don't you want another story involving the Adventure Line? We could make the Adventure Line go somewhere new. Yes, yes, that's what the fans want. Let's do it.
Okay, let's follow the Adventure Line.
Look at that wacky line. Who knows where it'll go off to next? Oh, and it played some silly music as well. Now this is what the Stanley Parable is all about. Don't you remember all those great jokes from the original dialogue?
Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Yes, it's as classic now as it was back then. Let's do it for the fans, Stanley. Let's give them more content exactly like this. But if we want to do that, you're going to have to give something up. Don't you get it, Stanley? We need to get rid of the bucket. That's why I'm very proud to introduce a brand new character. This is the Bucket Destroyer.
Oh no.
I think it'll make a wonderful new addition to the rich lore of the Stanley Parable. True, it also was not in the original game, but it's such a well-fleshed-out character with so much personality that to me it already feels as though it's been part of the cast all along. Don't you agree?
Oh boy.
Can you guess what the Bucket Destroyer does? Surely you don't need me to spell it out for you. Go ahead now, Stanley. Say goodbye to the bucket, and then pop it into the machine when you're ready.
I would really rather not.
Now listen to me. It's crucial that you give it the bucket. I don't know what the Bucket Destroyer will do if it can't destroy your bucket. Destroying buckets is all it knows. That is its singular personality trait. Sure, I can hear you saying, how does a character with only one personality trait deserve to join the pantheon of beloved Stanley Parable characters? Well, you see, if you were to really explore the Bucket Destroyer, you would see that its desire to fish buckets is so densely loaded with complexity and nuance that it's really like 10 personality traits. What other object in this game can you even say that about? The broom closet? Certainly not. I wonder what sort of bucket destroyer merchandise the fans will be clamoring for after this. Okay, the bucket destroyer is getting very upset now. You'll have to hurry and feed it. We can't get back to the classic Stanley Parable characters like the Adventure Line or the bucket destroyer until you crush that damn bucket. Quickly now, the fans are waiting. Do it, the fans, Stanley. Give the fans what they want. Hurry and... Bucket Destroyer, my prized creation. You had so much potential. We were going to do such marvelous things with you, tell such spellbinding stories about you. All of it squandered now. Goodbye, new friend. For the moment in time that you were here, you were magnificent.
But what about the bucket? Is the bucket alright? I don't think the bucket's alright.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Okay,
What could it mean?
so since
Stanley decided to go to the meeting.
we did that,
Good old bucket. Just Stanley and the bucket. Off on another thrilling adventure together.
okay,
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his... This was not
we're gonna do that
Stanley
again,
had felt the bucket calling to
but
him,
this time,
telling him that the employee...
oh, we have such a long way to run too.
And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was no... Never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go through, and so the two of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door.
Straight down.
Oh, good Stanley. I'm glad you found your way here. I knew you'd find this place eventually. You see, your friends and I are concerned for you, Stanley. We've come together here because we care about you very
Drive
much.
away,
It's
or
this bucket you're carrying around everywhere. The bucket isn't even from the original Stanley Parable. It's just sequel content. We're the ones that matter, Stanley. Classic characters from the first game, like the Adventure Line and the Broom Closet. Because that's what fans want from a sequel. They want more of their favorite jokes, not this bucket that they've never seen before. Yes, I know I'm the one who gave you the bucket, but you're spending too much time with it. Don't you want another story involving the Adventure Line? We could make the Adventure Line go somewhere new. Yes, yes, that's what the fans want. Whee! Look at that wacky line. Who knows where it'll go on to next?
I have
They played some silly music as well.
never seen a car drive in this game before.
Now this is what the Stanley Parable is all about. Don't you remember all those great jokes from the original dialogue?
Also, Stanley's addicted to drugs and hookers.
It's as classic now as it was back then. Let's do it for the fans, Stanley. Let's give them more content exactly like this. But if we want to do that, you're going to have to give something up.
This is a deep stairway.
Don't you get it, Stanley?
Okay,
We need to get rid of the bucket. That's why
here
I'm
we
very
go.
proud to introduce a brand new character.
Insert bucket to destroy.
Bucket Destroyer. I think it'll make a wonderful new addition to the rich lore of the Stanley Parable. True, it also was not in the original game, but it's such a well-fleshed-out character with so much personality that to me it already feels as though it's been part of the cast all along. Don't you agree?
Any minute
Can you
now.
guess what the Bucket Destroyer does? Surely you don't need me to spell it out for you. Go ahead now, Stanley. Say goodbye to the bucket, and then pop it into the machine when you're ready.
Goodbye, bucket.
Now listen to me. It's crucial that you give it the bucket. I
I
don't know
can't.
what the Bucket
I
Destroyer
can't.
will
I
do.
can't.
It
I
can't
can't.
destroy
I
your
actually
bucket.
can't.
Destroying buckets is all it knows. That is its singular personality trait.
I
Sure, I can hear you saying, how does a character with only one
Really?
personality trait deserve to join the pantheon of
genuinely
parable characters. Well, you see,
will
if you
not
were to
let me.
really explore the Bucket Destroyer, you would see that its desire to crush buckets is so densely loaded with complexity and nuance that it's really like 10 personality traits.
Well.
What other object in this game can you even say that about? The broom closet? Certainly not. I wonder what sort of Bucket Destroyer merchandise the fans will be clamoring for after this.
Well, at that, we are. We were going to end it. What if I go without the bucket? What if I go without the bucket?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Did I mess up? Is this just a
This
normal
was
game
not the
now?
correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Okay.
Standing now in this incredible room, Stanley for the first, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Now that we do not have
And
the
so he
bucket,
detoured through the maintenance section,
we
walked
might
straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
do the thing that I wanted to try.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to
Give me
get
a
back,
door.
he needed to go,
I think he starts with this one.
from here it's, oh, no, it's to the right, my mistake. No, not the right.
That door.
Why would I have ever said it was to the right?
So fast.
What was I thinking? It's clearly, oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please?
Okay. Open up.
Now, let's see, we went down,
Open
right,
up.
left, down,
Right, left, down, left, right.
Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
That's not right.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler.
Dang it.
Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. Just
Fired.
back to,
104 got fired.
it's
Guessing 601 got
story
fired.
completely unusable. How about rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the
Oh
game
man,
from the
come
beginning.
on.
And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay. From the top.
Fire it. Oh,
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
no,
Stanley decided to go to the meeting
What
room.
happened?
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oh no. I did mess up. Oh shoot.
When Stanley... Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... What, did something change?
Yeah, where's the
Stanley,
bucket?
did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. Right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's
want that
find
one.
the story.
I want that door. Gimme. Let me into that door specifically. Can I go? Okay. Same difference. Oh boy, this is weird. Wait a minute.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before.
What about
Do we just...
this way?
Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
Oh, don't you dare.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps
I
he
missed that bucket already. Oh no.
Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back
Stay
where
here
we
with the
just
plant.
came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Heck yeah, let's go. I hope it's all different. It doesn't.
Aha! I knew we'd missed something. The story. Here it comes.
We are immediately stuck.
No, wait. Never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
Definitely stuck. There's no way. Oh,
Now this... Well, I'll be honest. I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley?
I want this
You
to
know
be a
what?
door.
Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how
Oh
about
boy.
this? You win! Congratulations! I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off, so
I'll
good
take it.
job. Oh no. No, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win.
Where
Some
was-
people win fair and square, and this was not one of
Was
those
it here?
situations. Okay, I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
Uh-oh. I'll
All
take
right,
it.
I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line. How
This
simple is
is
that?
already vastly different.
The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though,
Onwards.
wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably
Come on, I
conjured
wish
into
I could
being
go
via
up
the very
the walls.
manifestation of the nature of life itself? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
Number 8. And the music's back. Goodness. Monthly ledgers, corporate imbalances, consolidation reports, employee 432 peer reviews. Oh, good lord. What is up with that? Financial records.
Cut the music, go back and look at that fern.
But, what if I don't? What if I don't? I suppose I will.
Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely
I
and
feel
remember
like
it carefully.
when we
You
were
won't
at
want to miss anything.
the Stanley 2 convention, I feel like there was something about this fern. Okay, I am done looking. And onward. Oh boy.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
This is the first time I have ever been able to go back into the office of 427. Okay. And left.
Oh, no, not again. Line, how could you have done this to us? trusted you. After everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
Fired. But that's not the Stanley Parable 2 Adventure line. That's also... Isn't the flooring different? It looks like a tile you would see
Stanley,
in a swimming pool.
Line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious.
Yeah, boy.
This all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Oh. Sure.
Now, yes, this is exciting.
Very
Just me
exciting.
and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do
Oh,
you want
boy.
our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination.
Then
Whatever
I
it
would
might
play
be, Stanley,
Minecraft.
I'm ready for it. Oh, no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
Well, there's kind of not. Oh. Okay, there it goes.
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our
Okay, I feel a little bad for the narrator.
mustn't squander the opportunity.
So we're gonna go.
I believe I need a minute to think here.
Oh,
Just
boy.
walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here.
What?
And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
I have no idea what just happened.
Oh, hold up, what's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really how all this goes?
After a long time, Stanley dies.
Determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it
Yeah,
really?
we got a chair here.
No, it
I
can't
can
be.
just sit.
I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it.
Heck yeah.
And the timer stopped?
Uh-oh.
Does that mean,
Uh-oh.
did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule?
Sure broke
Even
something.
know. Will someone come for us? Something happen? So, okay.
Can you make a
I guess
door?
now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story. Wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey. Though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime...
What was that noise? We're back. Okay. Before anything new happens, we're going to end it there. So, quit the menu. That's what I want. The Stanley Parable 2. Okay, you have a lovely morning, day, or night. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you